In the very beginning, there was nothing at all. There was no rivers or mountains, no streams or hills. There was nothing to see, nothing but darkness. But God was there. He saw the darkness. God commanded light, and so the very first day began. Then God started to make the seas, and in between the seas, He made dry land. He covered the land with all kinds of trees and plants. Over all this, God placed a warm sun to shine by day, and a silvery moon to shine by night. And He scattered billions of twinkling stars in the sky, and so the world began. But nothing lived in the world, so God filled the seas with fish of every color. He added creeping crabs and sly sharks. He added huge wallowing whales too. Above the land, God made birds that soar and swoop, dip and loop, beautiful butterflies, busy bees, and bustling bats filled the air. Then God made animals of every kind to live on the land. He made them to gallop and trot, leap and hop. God was pleased. Last of all, God created the first man and woman, Adam and Eve. He wanted them to care for all His creatures. Everything was good. It had taken 6 days to complete this new world, and so on the 7th day, God rested. This special day of rest was called the Sabbath. God made a beautiful garden for Adam and Eve to live in. It was called the Garden of Eden. The garden was full of lovely plants and fantastic flowers. Sparkling streams bubbled up from the ground, and every tree was covered with delicious fruit for Adam and Eve to eat. There were so many different types of animals living in the garden that it took Adam a long time to give each one a name. Gecko, gibbon, giraffe, gorilla, hare, hippo, horse, hyena. Adam and Eve liked living in the beautiful garden. They took great care of the garden and all the creatures that lived there. They had everything they needed. In the middle of the garden grew a special tree called the Tree of Knowledge. God told Adam and Eve that this tree was different from all the others. You must not eat the fruit of this tree. God warned Adam and Eve. You can eat fruit from all the others. If you eat fruit from this one, bad things will happen. And for a time, Adam and Eve did as they were told. But in the Garden of Eden, there lives a cunning snake. The cunning snake played a trick on Eve.
One day the snake saw Eve standing by the tree of knowledge.
It slithered out to her and whispered softly, "Look at the lovely fruit. Why don't you eat one?" I'm not allowed to, said Eve. Smell how sweet they are, and see, the snake. God doesn't want us to eat them, Eve protests. Of course he didn't, sneered the snake. God doesn't want you to eat them because
He
He knows that if you do, you will know everything He knows. You know good and evil. Eve looked at the delicious fruit, wondering what would it be like to know all that God knew.
Reaching out,
She picked a juicy-looking fruit and took a big bite. Then she passed to Adam and encouraged him
to take a bite too.
From then on, things started to go wrong.
When God spoke to Adam and Eve that night, He knew what they had done. He was angry and told them to leave the garden forever. To make sure they couldn't return, God sent an angel to guard the entrance to the garden. While Adam and Eve had lived in the Garden of Eden, everything had been perfect. They had everything they needed, and they would never die. But because they had disobeyed God, all that changed.
Now they had to work hard, knowing that one day they would die. The world was no longer a perfect place.